What's up, visionary? I am Clee Davis, your vision actualization mentor, back with another episode on the Build Your Vision podcast, a show created for the visionary who is tired of being stuck and is ready to break down the mental barriers limiting him or her from living the most fulfilled life possible. Okay, so last week we talked about how to discover what your vision is. This week we're going to talk about how to build that vision, the very substance of what this show is about. The vision that you wrote down in episode 79, I want you to have that in front of you. If you're driving, cleaning, multitasking in some fashion, just think deeply about what you wrote down. If you have not listened to episode 79, I highly recommend you pause right here, go back and listen to it. Meet me back here when you are done. Okay, so now that your vision is in front of you, you are aware of it, and you have clarity on where you want to be, let's start building. I'm going to show you the best system for building your vision. Disclaimer: if you are looking for some quick tip that you could start using and everything in your life changes, go to another podcast, please. Building your vision is a process, a lifelong process, actually, because your vision is constantly going to grow and shift. What I want you to understand is that what I'm about to tell you is a system and a mindset every visionary should always be operating in. We are in this for the long game, for sustainable health, happiness, and prosperity. Okay, now that we have that out the way, I want to introduce to you a type of planning and goal achievement style that I actually introduced a few months ago on this show. It's called reverse planning. The name is pretty self-explanatory. Most people plan from where they are to where they want to be. But in reverse planning, we plan from where we want to be to where we are. I go into greater detail on this method in episode number 38. It's called The One Tip You Need to Achieve Your Goals. You could go back and listen to that too if you want to. There will be a variance in time that you expect it to take for you to connect where you are to where you want to be. For some, it may be 10 years, others 5 years, others 5 months. But throw an estimated number out there of how long you realistically think this building process may take. Whatever your time period is, I want you to date it. So if you're designing a 5-year building plan, I want you to set your completion date to December 13th, 2024. Well, that is if you're listening to this episode on the day it's released. If not, just adjust accordingly. I want you to date every step while reverse planning. Associating real dates with your goals adds another level of commitment in your mind. You also have a way more concrete way of judging your progress. So let's say my vision is me living in the suburbs of a major city in the United States. I have a wife, 2 kids, and a nice house. I drive a Tesla Model S series, and I have the financial freedom to travel. I'm a best-selling author, and I control my work hours because I run my own business. So now you literally have to ask yourself, how the heck do I do that? Well, let's work backwards. The interrogation of yourself will sound something like this. Welcome to the Build Your Vision show, the show where you tell us your vision and we turn it into a reality. Well, that is if you pass the test. Here is our next contestant out of our Seattle audition.
All right, sir. Welcome to the show. What is your name?
My name is Cleavon, but you can probably call me just Clee for short.
Your last name?
Oh, Davis. Sorry.
All right, Mr. Davis. Thank you for coming on. Hopefully your vision can blow us out the water and you will be our winner for the day.
Thank you.
Now, what is your vision?
Okay, so I really want to live in like the suburbs of LA, and I want to have a successful business. My favorite car is a Tesla, so I want to be driving that. And I also want to have enough money to travel and have financial freedom and schedule my own hours because I'm a business owner.
Okay, well, clearly in order to live in a nice house in the suburbs with the family and the ability to travel, you're going to have some cash flow. How do you plan on making money?
So a little what I mentioned earlier, I want to be a business owner and I also want to be a best-selling author and make money through that.
Well, what is your business going to be selling, Mr. Davis?
So I'm already into making skincare products, natural skincare products for men, and I really want to take that business off the ground and launch it.
Okay, you mentioned being a best-selling author. What is your book going to be about?
I don't really know yet. I just know I want to write one.
Well, what do you think will help you write a book?
Probably talking to other successful authors.
And how will you do that?
Well, I could start a podcast interviewing the latest and greatest authors and writers of our time and ask them questions.
Okay, so you want to sell these products and you're going to have a podcast in order to understand these authors, you say? Well, how are you going to launch your business in the first place?
Well, I definitely do have to organize a business plan for myself.
The Build Your Vision show was brought to you by I Can't Believe It's Not Cannabis. It looks like it. It feels like it.
Why did I do that breakaway like that? Hopefully that was a good example and you guys got what I was trying to say. Okay, back to your normal schedule programming. You literally go through this process over and over and over, breaking down the what and the how of each step of the building process. This may take a little research if you don't know internally what the answer is. In episode 38, I break down reverse planning by a stretch goal, a long goal, a mid goal, and a short goal. But this can also be broken into more granular pieces all the way up to your weekly or daily goals. Your building plan could look something like this, let's say on a 7-year plan. Your stretch goal is December 13th, 2026. By then, you're running a 6-figure organic male skincare business, driving a Tesla Model S series, you're a best-selling author, and you live in a suburb of LA. You're fulfilled in life and loved. Your long goal, December 13th, 2024. That is only 5 years away. Your business is generating $5,000 a month. You're in the process of writing your book and you just moved to Los Angeles. Your mid goal, December 13th, 2022, only 3 years away. By this point, you have officially launched your business and you have settled on your idea for your book. Short goal, December 13th, 2020, a year from now. You have at least 10 episodes published of your new podcast interviewing influential writers and authors. You have also just completed your business plan. Now, of course, your building plan will be more specific than this, most likely, but each goal builds into the next goal. You say, this is my goal. What do I need to accomplish it? And whatever you need is the next goal down. You do the same thing over and over, all the way down until you get to your day-to-day goals. I've linked a key guide sheet in the show notes to help with this if you're having a little bit of trouble understanding what I'm trying to say. There's also another part of building your vision, and that is adjustability. You don't have a plan that's written in stone. You have to be willing to adjust to make your vision possible. For example, let's refer back to the vision I made up earlier. Your long goal is to be making enough money in your business to support yourself or your family. You want to make at least $5,000 a month. The business is active right now, but you aren't making enough sales yet to reach your goal in time and leave your job. You know you need to invest more time in the business, but you don't have the financial leeway yet to go full time. So you may have to adjust your plan. Instead of working full time at your corporate job, you decide to quit and get a part-time job at an organic products chain. You know you shop at this store all the time, and you get discounts on the products as an employee. You are also able to interact with your potential customers every single day and passively gather information for your skincare products. You aren't even making half of what you made at your old job, but you are making enough to reach your $5,000 threshold, and you have 4 more hours every single day to invest in your business. Now, this was not the original plan, but it is getting you to your goal, and it will suffice for now. You have to be willing to problem solve like this and adjust while building your vision. Lastly, you need patience and pace to build your vision. This actually might be the hardest part. Being patient is hard. Oh my gosh. I know I struggle with it every single day. Time is even harder to accept when you're young because your point of reference of time isn't that broad. People say that millennials and Gen Zers which you most likely are impatient, entitled, and all that stuff. Yes, we are. So what? I do not deny it. Yes, we are entitled, we are impatient, and we are greedy. We want it all. Nonetheless, time does not care. It will make you wait as long as you need for your practice to meet the opportunity and the moment you've been waiting for to actually happen. So having patience is inevitable, but you also have to be self-aware and ask yourself, is this just time taking its course, or am I actually not on track? This is why pace is so important. You need to keep pace on your vision. That is why I emphasized earlier dating all your goals while you're reverse planning. Now you're able to keep pace. Compare where you are to where you want to be in your next goal in your reverse planning. Ask yourself, am I on track to reach the goal by that date? Periodically check in to make sure you're staying on pace. That is actually it, my friend. That is how you do it. That's how you build your vision. Identify your vision, reverse plan, interrogate yourself when it comes to asking what is needed to accomplish that vision. Work your way back from where you want to be to where you are. Date everything. Keep yourself accountable for you to maintain pace. You have to remember to remain patient because building your vision is a long-term process. Also, don't be afraid to plan down to your weekly and daily affairs. Like for instance, today I'm going to reach out to so-and-so so that they can help me plan this, which will help me build that, which will help me launch this, which will generate enough income so I can do that, which will give me enough freedom to do this. I think you're getting the idea by now. Plan down as much as you need to. Alright, I hope this episode was helpful to you. Hopefully I didn't confuse anyone, and I hope you have a deeper understanding of how to make a system for building your vision. A key guide sheet to help you in this process is linked in the show notes. And if you have any questions, go to my Ask Clee page on my website. The link is in the show notes and in the description. Leave a quick 5 stars on Apple Podcasts if you enjoyed this episode, and share it with somebody if you think they could use it. All right, I'll talk to you on Tuesday. Keep building your vision every single day. Peace.
Hey guys, Clee here. Thanks so much for listening to the Build Your Vision podcast. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I would think you did if you stayed all the way to the end. The best thing that you could do to help support this show is by sharing it with somebody. By you just taking a few seconds to recommend this show to somebody, you are making a huge impact, not only on the success of this show, but possibly on that person's life.